My name's Alan Schaefer. I'm up at down in Richmond. I'm from Baltimore. Came down here trying to represent Maryland, trying to be the first player to run Broly in top 32.
Look at this guy. Come on, guys. We haven't seen him in a long time since set one. Rarely any player plays on that locals, and let alone a big tournament like this.
I got paired up with Anthony Hernandez, table 15 at round 4. I know this is going to be a hard matchup. He's a very good player. So my skill versus his skill, I believe he had the upper hand. I'm going to give you a short profile on this deck. Similar to my Hartford deck, which went 5 and 3. Had I made a couple play mistakes, I'd have done a lot better. But I'll get into it. So starting off with the one drops. I run 4 coercions. Broly is the kind of deck that you need to be able to not let them combo, and under last attack, you need to be able to defend yourself. So coercions are good. It's a free block as long as you don't get bad ring laser. Broly's ring. I run 3 ring. It's searchable. It's a dead card. If you have too many in your hand, it becomes a dead card.
Correct.
Before I even chose Broly as my leader, even though I've been most comfortable with this deck, I dealt 100 mulligans, or early hands. 13 times I didn't see ring, out of 100 times, giving it a 13%. Senzu Bean, you need to have Senzu Beans in a Broly. The Android matchups, Ghost Dad, if you, like Anthony's playing, you need to have Senzu Beans. It's a saving grace.
It's a must.
You do not understand how great it is. And especially with a double-edged sword leader, you definitely need to have Senzu Beans. You need to have as much open as you can. Majin Buu, draw power. You don't get the ring, draw. You awaken, your opponent's playing a field clear deck, play Buu, swing, pop the Buu, you get 2 draws.
Yep.
For nothing. For 1 energy, you get 2 draws.
Yep.
Same with Bundle of Curiosity, Goku. It's 2, so it's a 2 for 2. You're not minusing when you have this. So, here's where my deck kind of differs from a lot of different players. 3 objection.
Interesting. Now, why objection and why at 3?
A lot of people will slow play you because you're Broly. They want to build your field. They want to make sure, hey, I'm safe. He's just getting rid of a card. I'm playing Vegito. Cool. Pitch a Gohan, pitch a Goten, pitch a Trunks. I'm fine. When they're not, when you play this and they're not paying attention to your energy, you're hitting them at 6. And a lot of time, actually about 4 or 5 times, I've been awakened at 8 life. And nothing is scarier than a Broly awakened at high life.
At high life, no. He'll go on a rampage, literally.
Bio Warrior Army. There's a couple of combos with this thing. This card...
He comboed out on me. He did a few nice, cool things to me.
And I'll definitely show you later when I get to him. You definitely need this. It helps with the double-edged sword. You're still discarding 1, but you're not. You also get multiple attacks. Paragus, ditch 1, search. Ideally, you don't want to have to Paragus because you want the ring in hand. But he searches, and he's a 10K, so it's not too bad. He's great later on for combo fodder.
Exactly.
Your free 10K. Obvious reasons are obvious.
At 4, or you guys already know my take on you.
Sometimes they can clump early, but if you run enough, you can get it. You can run. I run TN at my side, so even if I get it early, I can match my opponent in aggression, like I did game 2 with Mr. Hernandez.
Yep. Absolutely.
4 Jocko. Right?
Yes, that Jocko wrecked my shit.
It's against a Cell player, they hate it. Against Android player, they hate it. Against a lot of green players, they hate it.
Yep.
Because TN goes back to your hand, and you're like, really?
And it sets you back a whole turn, guys. A whole turn.
And a lot can be done in 1 turn, especially even though it's turn 2. On top of that, there's a lot of Vegeta blue-reds running around, a lot of androids running around, a lot of Trunks is still running around. this will save you. It's really good. And actually, I actually had to play my roommate my last match. I had to hard play one of these to get the win.
But you don't get the draw.
So, because I didn't want to get rid of Ring with Broly's Awakened side.
Yep.
Now, the combo that Anthony was talking about earlier is Kale.
Look at this, guys.
You got him out, swing, play Kale, pop it, bring it back, swing again, swing, draw, leader, swing, pop it, bring it back, swing.
Exactly. A damn near endless loop.
My very first turn, or my first round, I played against a Cell player that was running blue-green, not so much tricolor.
So far, that's
2
25.
Kales in 1 turn.
What else you got for me?
And I had Bio Warrior out. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks when he was at 1 life.
Oh my God.
So I tried to do that as a game ender because you don't want to hit them with a single attack when they're at 2. So 3 Gohans. Another obvious reason is obvious. You know, it pops 1. In Broly, I love boost attack or energy boost beers. I love them. However, you need to have 3 blue energy to play him efficiently.
Yes.
He's not starter
He can't
coup.
be open. You can't leave yourself
He's
open.
not starter coup. He's a great card. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather have that in some situations than this.
Yeah.
But this is what I have because they don't want to take a critical usually.
Of course.
Cell doesn't really bother with that, but other leaders like
Soul Striker Goku.
Soul Striker Goku, any leader that self-awakens never wants to take a critical. 4, 5 drop Gotenks. I can get 3 on 1 turn.
You played this, then you will continue and then combo
And
this.
25,000 double strike. When they're at 2 to 3 of these come out, they get nervous.
That's why.
Oh, yeah.
High pressure, low cost, because in turn, he's only a 3 drop. So the whole point of this deck is have nothing higher than a 4 drop in your deck. The final card, again, something that you're not going to see in a Broly, Results of Training.
Nice. Yes. That's something you don't see often.
Results of Training is not a card for every deck. Luckily for me, all my extra cards are fodder
On the roll dice.
for Bio Warrior army.
Yep. A
So
free
they
discard.
never
Face this shit
become
right now.
dead cards, and I always have
This
a
section
combo.
is odd.
Yep.
This is even.
Broly, in my opinion, he's a great leader. Not the best. He's probably 3rd in best of green. He's the biggest double-edged sword of the game. If you don't know how to play
You get the draw though.
with your back against the wall, then it's going to
Correct.
be a hard...
You really need to explore this leader and learn how to play with him correctly, because if you don't, you're already playing at a disadvantage. But if you know how to play with the deck well, you can gain advantages on your opponent, and it's very hard for him to be stopped.
The Zamasu, I played as Zamasu in Hartford. And the kid was cool. Got the 6 life. I awoke him with TN. He swung it with Zamasu. I Mafuba'd it. Turn. Next turn. He had nothing else. Swung. He's gone.
5 cards
He
in hand,
scooped.
Correct?
This build's a little different than my Hartford build. I sided in Pilaf and Yajirobe and 16. And he swung in with a Zamasu. The next game, the 10 drop. Pilaf indestructible. Blocker. Revenge. Scooped. Broly takes care of the field.
Yep.
Soul Striker
20. Auto.
is an even match because he can swarm, but he can't get rid of cards.
No.
That's
Wow,
why
this man can.
I do
20
this
bucks.
leader. I rip 1 from hand, 1 from field. The hand is not as bad as it used to be
Yeah.
from set 1.
Before it was even
Right.
hurt
Everybody
more.
draws
Yeah.
out the wazoo. It's not as bad, but the field presence
cards in
is.
it?
Hurts. It does.
So I'm gonna go over to my a little bit of PNZ red action. I'm gonna go to my side deck real quick. Let me get this, scoop this up for you guys. So in the side deck, I have 2 Mafubas. It's a good card. You can't beat something that
Give me
keeps
it.
you safe
That's it.
for a turn or so.
Stop it.
Keep top decking. Come on.
All right.
I couldn't ramp up and I couldn't get to my results of training in time. against Anthony. I had the energy. Had the energy.
So scared of, like,
Couldn't
here's
get
all the Jaggos
results
and
in
the
my
Piccolos,
hand.
and that's it.
Sided in my TN.
Yeah, they're okay.
Made sure that I hard play it, because if I don't, and depending on the matchup, if I hard play it, I have something to pitch, and I keep myself open still. I don't like to tap myself out, period.
Easter egg. Peter, say hi to the fans.
He made it!
I'm so far doing good.
He just got his matchup against his opponent.
Daniel.
Dan Lochner.
Once again, Judge Tyler Janicek,
job.
to the front, please.
Thank you. Keep it going.
I'm
Keep
trying,
up the
I'm
good
trying.
work.
Peter Catani, everyone.
Yep.
3 go-10s. Broly removes enough, but sometimes when you want to set up a good KO or set up a better Broly, like blockers or other cards that get in the way, and you want to get the big stuff off the field, pop the little stuff, swing away.
That's what I'm saying. The blockers, because your deck's supposed to be like main
4 energy power go tanks.
Interesting. In the sideboard.
They're in the sideboard because some matchups they're just not good against.
I just got rid of it.
Again, people can just, I'll pitch this card or I'll pitch this card.
Forgot that?
I need to be summoned lower stuff so I can multi-summon per turn. If I summon one of these, it almost takes up my whole turn.
Oh, in this game, that's what
So
I said, because
if
I know
I'm going to play a
sided
little
it.
bit more aggressive and confuse my opponent's tempo, I need to not play these. However, these will be good against Mecha Frieza, Golden Frieza, getting you anything that's big. Because, yeah, they're going to pop that, but they're taking one card down, and it's going to be a slow down. So you just don't, you want to get their hands and play with their hands, make them discard stuff, make it an uncomfortable discard. You don't, this is definitely for a slower late game. This will be good against Striker. This will be good against blue-green that's not running hand rip Vegeta. Maybe even hand rip Vegeta. So maybe but you never want to play into an aggressive deck's tempo with a deck that's a little slower. Now this side, again, a card that's probably never been played in any tournament. Full power Vegeta. A lot of people are playing low drop, multiple low drops, similar to how I play. Soul Striker, a Boo and a Bundle of Curiosity. Bring this out, swing. If they don't want to take the damage, they got a combo. If I'm awakened, all right. It did its job. I popped that big one's got to go. It's all about trying to take out the little guys so that you can use Broly to take out the bigger ones. Assist Broly to do his job. That's what you want to do. Not to mention it's really demoralizing to your opponent when they got to sit there and be like, I have nothing else to choose. I have to choose my card that I like and put that in there. So that's my deck for ARG Richmond. And I want to be the very first player to top 32 with Broly.
And I believe you can do it. Just play tight, and that would be awesome. Thank you so much for the interview. And as you guys already seen, this deck is a powerhouse, so Broly is still viable. You just got to know how to play with it. And with that being said, we are tuning out.